TIFU by sleeping with a married woman. Yeah, this was actually last week. I don't know what to do. I just need this off my chest. It started out as a normal beer with friends, last Friday. We always go to the same pub to start, sometimes stay there all night. It's a cool pub which only plays heavy rock/metal. If you're sick of chart music or pop, it's a great spot to hang out and play pool. We got there, I paid for a round of drinks for us, and we started out the night smashing Metallica and Sabbath on the jukebox. The friends I'm with have other friends there who I'm less acquainted with, but I know of their faces and vaguely their names. So as we're drinking and picking songs, a few girls walk over to my pals with the usual, "Hey, how you doing?" etc. The woman I'm talking about is one of these friends, and introduced herself to me. She was nice, tomboyish, quite good looking, and I had fun chatting with her. She asked me to put Bruno Mars on in this pub. First red flag. A few more drinks into the night, we get bored of the jukebox, and head out to the beer garden to smoke and chat some more. I immediately noticed wherever I sat she would pick the seat next to me, and sort of lean in. She would get really close. I thought, okay, cool, she seems interested in me. Maybe this could be a good night. I told her I was staying with my buddy and his girlfriend at their place, since my car was already there. She's good friends with my buddy's girlfriend, so she blagged staying over there too, and we all got a taxi back together. We got back and continued drinking/partying together. We were all really drunk, and the flirting was less awkward at this point. She was cuddling into me on a sofa whilst we all chatted. At some point, around 3 a.m, she pulls her phone out and says, "Wonder what the hubby's up to?" And I was like, "Wait, what? You have a husband?" To which she replied, "Yeah, for 10 years. This was just a stepping stone in the fuck up." I asked her to come outside and chat about it, saying like, "WTF are we doing?" She explained the relationship had been dying for years. They live separately, and it's not even a real relationship anymore. I don't know what I thought about this, but I kept the flirting up as this calmed me a little bit about the situation. Eventually we end up in bed together and had sex. It was awful. I don't think we were compatible in that regard, but I tried my best nonetheless. I didn't want to be labeled a shit shag, or whatever ick. So I wake up the next day pretty early, and leave saying thanks for hanging out etc, but I gotta get home. I thought, okay, mistake has been made, but we'll just leave it at that. After all, her marriage isn't going well and will inevitably end. And here comes the fuck up. She found and messaged me on Facebook, something along the lines of, "Would gladly let you throw me around again XXX. And I clicked on her profile. My fucking heart dropped. I instantly recognized the pictures of her husband, and they looked so happy together, at least online they did. The husband is someone I used to smoke weed with, and chill with a lot, through secondhand friends. We had the same dealer, and would chill at the dealer's house for a couple. This happened weekly for nearly a year or two, but we never really knew each other past that. All I can say about this dude is he is really a great person, and I enjoyed his company. Sometimes he would talk about how his wife is being crazy and distant with him, and it made him sad. I fucked up, guys. I need to tell him, but I don't want to hurt anyone, but it's beyond that now. I followed my cock, and this is where it's landed me. FML. TLDR. I slept with a woman knowing she has a husband. I thought it was a failing marriage, but turns out I used to hang out with the husband, and he's a really great guy. I'd never met the wife before this night. Now I don't know what the fuck to do. Edit. Okay, so everyone seems 50-50 on telling the husband or not, but I'm honestly leaning towards telling. I'll update if I do or don't. I need to plan this. Also, thanks for the wholesome awards. LOL. Edit. 2. Alright, I'm gonna tell him. I'll report back tomorrow night, UK time, with an update. Update. So, hi guys. I got a lot of DMs. I tried to reply to most, but struggled. You either hate me or emphasized with the situation, I get it. It's a topic that's going to get some emotional responses. Either way, thanks for the advice. Let's get on with the post. All last week I had been avoiding responding to the woman in question, putting it off for a day or two at a time. She was pretty insistent on making it happen again, and it only added to the guilt. A day or two before I posted she had messaged me. X has sent you a photo. Still got cold feet, winky face. I saw the message previews, and ignored it until last night. I didn't know what to respond, and got worried about opening it. It was exactly what you'd think it was, a provocative picture. I just thought to myself, oh fuck. After thinking for a while I responded with, "Listen, I've said my piece on it. I don't feel right about this situation. I already feel guilty, and I can't see how this will end in any way other than tears, and me getting my head kicked in. This didn't really faze her. If anything, I think my lack of response / pushing her away fueled her more. She kept saying, "It's my problem, not yours," which I understand, but also disagree with. Pissing a guy off is definitely my issue too. I said to her that I just can't do it, and I think we should come clean. She had a weird response. It was like she was opposing what I'm saying, but also trying not to annoy me. Like, she was trying to be very nice in how it was worded. I understand, but I can't do that, it would hurt him. I just responded, "It's a little too late for avoiding hurt. If you want to do it then feel free, but if not, I am going to myself." She came back with, "I can't deal with this shit RN. I can't do it. Please don't tell him." I haven't replied to that last message. More have followed, and I haven't opened them. She's blocked now anyway. So, I got the husband's number from our shared friend. I called him up and said, "Hey mate, can we meet for a beer? I have an important thing to tell you. I'd rather do it face to face." He seemed to understand it was important and said, "I'll be there as soon as possible." We actually met at the same pub. I bought us a beer and went into the smoking area to talk. Hadn't seen him in a couple of years, so it was strange meeting in this circumstance. He was as friendly and nice as I'd remembered him, always smiling. We sat down, and I just fumbled for a good 2 minutes. I am quite stuttery at the best of times, so I kept messing my words up. It was mainly anxiety hitting me. He had a quiet, calm look on his face. Just waited and watched me. As the fumbling went on, he interrupted me and said, "I can see you're nervous. Just finish your drink and say whatever you need to say as soon as you put your drink down." So I did exactly that. Necked my beer and said, "I had sex with your wife, but I didn't know it was your wife until after. She played down the relationship and said you aren't even living together. I'm so sorry, mate. I fucked up. It was a horrible mistake." Something along those lines. He sat there, looking slightly pissed, for what felt like an eternity, but in reality was 5 seconds at most. "Don't live together?" Confused face. "Are you fucking serious, bro, or are you taking the piss?" I proceed to show my phone, the messages, explained her demeanor throughout the night. I even showed the Reddit post. It was awkward for a good 10 minutes while he quietly analyzed my phone and took screenshots / photos. I didn't know the entire time if I should talk, not talk. I just didn't know how to behave in that situation, really. His hands were shaking, and he was visibly getting more and more angry / upset. After he took all his evidence, he stood up, threw the remainder of his beer in my face, and said, "Next time go fuck yourself instead, you stupid cunt," and threw my phone across the beer garden. He went to walk away, turned back around, and slapped me in the face fucking hard. I got ready to fight in case he carried on, but he just glared at me for a few seconds, then walked back inside. As I was picking my phone up, he popped his head back into the beer garden and said, "Talk to her again, and I'll snap your legs, fucking cunt," then promptly left for good. I imagined to go have his argument with her. My instincts tell me if I hadn't asked her to stop straight away in the messages, he would have knocked me into next week. From memory, I've seen him in altercations with other people. Arguments at least, on behalf of our shared friend. He was never overly angry and relatively calm. So for him to publicly slap and throw a beer over someone, he must have been very angry, understandably so. This is with CCTV everywhere in that place. I must say, in conclusion, I feel slightly better. I feel better saying I've told him than when I'd not told him. However, I feel like shit still. That hit home. That showed me how real it had become in someone else's life, which I was a part in creating. I feel manipulated by her slightly, but more so guilty about the husband. I won't be doing that again. TLDR. Woman wouldn't stop messaging me. I said tell husband, or I will. She said no. I told the husband, got a beer poured on me, and slapped, and my phone thrown across the beer garden. Also threatened me about contacting her again. Realistically, it could have been much worse, but I still feel terrible about it all. In response to a query as to what mutual friends have said. I didn't realize, but she'd been messaging mutual friends all week asking if I'm okay, and why I wasn't responding. They said he's moving all his stuff out and wants a divorce. Apparently, she's trying to say I was lying, but didn't know he had all the pictures of our chats, etc., and got called on it by the husband. Seems like a bit of a mess ATM.